All righty. Hope you're all doing good today. Hope you had an excellent day. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me. We're going to have some fun today. Um, just to let you know, all of you, there's a lot of you on the line, which I do appreciate, but all of you have been muted just because there's so much, there would be a lot of background noise. So that's the reason why. Um, you're all muted. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box or the question box, and we'll make sure we try to cover those before the end of the webinar. I'm not sure if you and I have ever met, so I'll give you a little background on myself. I've been in the industry 29 years. Um, Back in 1990, I started around there. I was with Coit Services for 10 years, worked my way up to general manager. We had about 15 trucks going out a day. And then I was with Interlink Supply for 13 years. Ran 3 different stores with them. And then with Legend Brands for the last 5 years. So love this industry. It's always changing, and that's why, very excited today. If you don't know who Legend Brands is, we are ChemSpec, ProChem, Sapphire, Dry Ease, Unsmoke, ODORx, MetaClean. We're the largest manufacturer in the cleaning restoration industry, but we're also the largest educator in the industry as well. We train over 6,000 IICRC students throughout the United States and Canada, and actually around the world as well. That does not include our students that attend the Cleaning Professionals Academy. So we love education. We're always trying to provide the latest technology and information regarding our industry. So let's get started. Education is the foundation of success. And the one thing I would highly recommend either you doing or you providing for your employees is have regular training sessions, and I'd recommend weekly. We have a plethora of training videos and information. You can go to legendbrandsrestoration.com or legendbrandscleaning.com. You can also go to YouTube under Legend Brands channel. And we have over 200 training videos, anywhere from how to service a truck mount, how to service a DEU, how to remove tobacco, cannabis odors, so on and so forth. And we're just continuing to add. We have a really good video series regarding upholstery cleaning. So check out YouTube, Legend Brands channel. But today we're going to be talking about Unleashed. Pet stains, pet odors, vomit, feces, diarrhea. Unleashed can be used in so many different ways. I remember when I was a cleaner, I was hesitant when customers would be like, hey, I've got some cat urine odor or dog urine. I would just be blunt. I'd just say, hey, I can't guarantee it. I can try my best. Because really what you're supposed to be doing is using, in the past, 4 different products. We'd have to use an acid rinse, an enzyme, an odor encapsulator, a urine stain remover, and you're not going to do that. Let's just be honest. And that's why Unleashed was created. We want for you to make as much money as possible without using 3 or 4 different kinds of products, okay? So one product, one application, not 1 hour, one time. We're going to talk about that 1 hour thing. I get a lot of customers, I don't want to wait an hour. We're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss how to price out jobs, how much money you should be making, profit margins, marketing, so on and so forth. But Unleashed can be used on carpet and pad, tile and grout cleaning. So let's, a lot of you do tile and grout cleaning. I would spray the Unleashed around the toilets, around the urinals. If you're doing commercial carpet or tile and grout cleaning, let it sit for like 10 minutes and then do your usual tile and grout cleaning, and you'll be shocked. You could pour a little bit of the Unleashed in the urinals if you're doing commercial work. You can use Unleashed on upholstery. We created this really neat 2.5 minute video to show you how to do that. And I will send you that video in an email for you so you can look at it. You can use it on concrete. You can use Unleash on wood subfloors. I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona, so I've actually gone on a lot of jobs with cleaners. And I remember one situation where the homeowner rented the house out, and the renters had 5 cats. Can you imagine that? So they pulled the carpet and pad out, and there's the urine odors still on the wood subfloor. We mixed the Unleashed 1-to-1, which I know the bottle says use it straight. For heavy and light odors, use 1-to-1. Just go 1-to-1. You're going to have some really excellent results. But we mixed it 1-to-1, put in a pump-up sprayer, electric sprayer, heavily spray the wood subfloor. Next day, you couldn't smell anything. The next week, you couldn't smell anything. You can use Unleashed on wool rugs. Unleashed is available in 55-gallon drums, 5-gallon pails, and in gallons. I have a gentleman in Dallas. He's bought in 6 55-gallon drums. I don't know if he's drinking it or what he's doing, but I know one thing, he's making a lot of money, and he reminds me about that all the time. So as we were talking about, there is a lot of manufacturers that are trying to copy Unleashed, okay? And they're even saying it's better Unleashed, it's the same as Unleashed. All the other products out there that are saying it's all in one, they have hydrogen peroxide in it, okay? Unleashed does not have hydrogen peroxide in it. So that's the one thing. We're using proprietary technology, and that's the reason why Unleashed eliminates the 4-step process, right? Acid rinse, enzyme, stain removal, odor encapsulant. It even cleans. So it's really 5. So and you could do your own research, but if you have hydrogen peroxide, it will kill the bacteria, live bacteria. So we have live bacteria in Unleashed. So that's why we don't use hydrogen peroxide. We don't want it to counteract each other. So often imitated, never duplicated. Unleashed is definitely a unique product out there. It does have a pH of 9, but when I don't want you to be charging $30, $40, okay? I don't want you spraying something on the carpet. I want you making real money. And you can. There is a lot of cleaners out there, $200, $300, $400, $500 for what I call a urine decontamination service. And it's not part of the carpet cleaning. Carpet cleaning is an extra charge in addition to the urine decontamination service. But when you're in a customer's house, you need to educate the homeowner on the services you provide. You just don't say, do you want carpet cleaning or upholstery cleaning or tile and grout cleaning? Educate them on why they have to do a urine decontamination service. So that's my job. I'm gonna train the trainer and explain how to educate your customers on why they need to spend more money with you. Now, I do a lot of training around the country, and I've done training with Legend Brands, I've done training with Interlink, I've done training with Kuwait, and the one thing I always hear, it doesn't matter what city I'm in, well, you can't get those prices here. You can't get these prices in El Paso. You can't get these prices in Ontario, California. You can't get these prices in Salt Lake City, Utah. It doesn't matter where you live. You're solving a customer's problem. That's what you get paid for. You are solving their problem. It's not your problem, right? It's their problem. So you got to get paid for it. So let's understand how this works. When urine goes down, it goes down as an acid, and it dries into alkalinic salt. Okay. So when you get to the customer's house, well, even before you get to the customer's house, when customers call you for cleaning, the very last question you should ask is, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, let me ask you just one more question before I let you go. Do you have any pets in the home? And they might say, John, why do you ask? Well, I just don't want them running out while I'm working. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But what you really want to know is, if they have pets in the house, there is liquid gold in those carpet. or that upholstery, and you're going to make more money. What are you in business for? To make money. You're not a nonprofit organization. Don't be just an order taker. You are in business to make money and solve problems. So when you go in the customer's house, you have to have a real good UV light. Now, this one here, Amazon, 50 bucks, 25 bucks, it's okay. This one here, $250. I have a friend in Northern Arizona, he spent $500. But you know what? He makes a lot of money from it. You also should have a hydrosensor. Hydrosensor, what this is used for, mostly for flood work, is to find where the water ends, right? So when it gets wet, it peaks. Well, when the salts in the carpet are in the carpet and padding, it creates conductivity, and the hydrosensor will go off, right? Because of the salt. And the last thing you want to do, let me give you a scenario. So we go into Mrs. Jones' house, and she lets us in, and usually we'll say, hey, can you give me a quick tour of what you like clean, right? We all say that. And then she goes through the kitchen or the dining room and down the hallway, and then she goes in the master bedroom. And she goes, I need to clean around the bed. And then you say, you know what, Miss Jones, I was wondering, can I close the blinds and turn off the lights? Well, now she's like, what do you mean? Now she's getting a little nervous, right? Well, I got to use my cheap UV light, and it only works in the dark. No, you need to have a good UV light that works in the light to make them comfortable. The last thing you want to do is making them feel uncomfortable, and you definitely don't want to get on your hands and knees and start smelling the carpet, right? So these are tools. We have to spend money on our tools. If you take your car to a mechanic, he's using his own tools. If you have a plumber, he's got tools. An electrician, he's got tools. You have to have the right tools, because your prices will go up now. You have to get paid for the product, right? You have to get paid for your time. You have to get paid for the equipment you use. But most importantly, you got to get paid for your knowledge. And that's not what we're doing in our industry. We have to charge more for our knowledge. That means, though, we have to spend more time at the job. It's not about spraying and going. It's about spending time with a customer, charging for your time and knowledge. And so we have to increase our prices. So we have to educate the customer on why the prices are going to go up. So here's a little science. Our vision is measured in nanometers, okay? And we can see between 400 and 700 nanometers. And you're probably like, John, what do we need to know this for? I'll get to it. So we can see between 400 and 700 nanometers. Our UV lights are between 3 and 400. Dogs can see between 3 and 700. So what does that mean? That dogs can see the UV light, see the urine stains, without a UV light. So if you ever have a dog and it goes into your friend's house, they get real excited, right? They start running all over the place. And the reason is one, they see urine stains, and two, they smell it. And guess what they start doing? Yep, they start urinating on the carpet. And you're like, no, Charlie, stop it, right? But that's because they can see the urine stains. So having a good UV light is going to help you make money, okay? Because, and you know this, Mrs. Jones and Mr. Jones, they think Fifi never pee-pees on the carpet. But Fifi's pissing all over the place. And that's a good thing, because you're going to find more liquid gold in the carpet. Now, this illustration is probably the most powerful one you need to have. You should have it on your phone, or I am going to email it to you so you can laminate it. Now, why is this so important? Because this is the turning point in a customer's mind of between spending $50 with you and $250 to $300 with you. Because what you're going to say is, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, let me show you this illustration. As we've gone through the house and you saw where your dog is urinating on the carpet, in this picture, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, where is most of the urine at? and you don't say anything. And it's a long pause. And it's going to get uncomfortable. But let them look at it. And that's what they're going to say, John, looks like a lot of the urine's in the backing and padding. That's right, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. That's why I can't just clean the carpet. That's why I can't just spray something on the carpet. I have to actually do a urine decontamination service. So I have to flood the carpet with our product. And wherever the Unleashed gets to, it will remove the odor in the stain. But you can't spray it. It's got to be saturated. If the urine spot is 3 inches in width, the urine in the padding 6 inches. But when you ask the customer, where is the urine, don't say anything after that. Let them think about it. It's okay to pause. Some of the best presenters in the world always pause before they even answer a question because they're thinking about it. They want you to think about the question, right? So I'm going to send this illustration to you via email, print it out, laminate it, show your technician, show your customer. So what happens then? Now they understand this isn't going to be a quick process, right? This is going to cost more money, but you've educated them, right? You've used your hydrosensor, you use your UV light, you showed them the illustration, they see that Fifi's urinating all over the place, and then when you give them the price, they understand why it's so expensive, okay? Don't be afraid to give a price that's $200, $300, $400, $500. Remember, this is their problem. It's not your problem. You're there to solve it. And if you're going to solve it, you got to charge for your knowledge, right? So we're going to mix the Unleashed 1-to-1. And once they agree upon the price, then you're going to apply it. You can use a watering can, as we see here. You can apply a bucket, an electric sprayer. But the bottom line is Unleashed has got to get to the backing and padding. Okay, that's where the urine's at. So you create the circle like we have here, and then you get the Unleashed within the circle. And then you go hook up to your water spigot and your vacuum hose and your solution hose. You're pre-spraying the carpet. You got to move carpet. And by the time all that goes by, 30, 45 minutes goes by, and then you come here, and then you're going to bring the customer back into the room, and you're going to show them the urine coming out through the water claw or the flash extractor. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, John, that's disgusting. I know, that's why we had to do this urine decontamination service. And after we extract it, then we're going to pour water on that same area. We're going to flush it. And we're only letting the water sit for 2 minutes. And then we're going to extract it again. And then we clean the carpet like you usually would. Because there's live bacteria in Unleashed, you cannot use truck mount water to mix it. It'll kill the bacteria, okay? You got to use hot water from a sink or a tub, but not truck mount water, okay? I don't recommend, I'd recommend rinsing just with tap water, okay? Just don't use truck mount water. It's too hot. It'll kill the bacteria. Now, once the live bacteria goes into the carpet and padding, it starts to multiply, man. It's starting to eat, right? It's starting to eat all those odors up. But you have to extract it with a water cloth. You cannot just use a wand, okay? Now, let me give you an example. And don't forget, Unleashed can be used on urine, human urine, pet urine, feces, vomit, diarrhea, and it takes out organic stains. It doesn't take out synthetic stains. What does that mean? It means if the dog or cat is taking medicine or eating food, kind of like if our kids eat tricks or, taking medicine with a color dye, their poop is green or blue or red or whatever it is, right? It's because of the dye. Well, that's a synthetic dye, and it doesn't come out all the way. So in that case, if it doesn't come out all the way with Unleashed, then it has a synthetic dye, and you'd have to use a reducer similar to what you use in Kool-Aid. like a Kool-Aid stain, okay? So let's talk about price. So we got, you and I have seen these houses, right? We walk in, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this. This is before and after. We can clean the carpet, right? We can clean the carpet. But if we do not do a urine decontamination service, and you know this and I know this, within 4 or 5 hours, the house smells like urine, right? Right? We know that. So we never tell the customer what to do. We give them options. And so we're going to say, Mrs. Jones, this room right here is 256 square feet, just to let you know, okay? We had to do the whole room. Look at it. We had to. So we would say, Miss Jones, in this room here, it's 256 square feet. It's $1.25 a square foot. That's $320. That does not include carpet cleaning. But that is a urine decontamination service. We will get the odor and the stains out of the carpet and padding. Option number 2, if you want, we can take out the padding, right? We'll take out the old padding, put in new padding, treat the back and front of the carpet, clean it, spray with Unleashed, spray the subfloor, put the new padding, and we're good, and that's $2.50 or $640, or we can put new carpet in. They're not going to do number 3. Because if they were going to get new carpet, let's think about this. If they were going to get new carpet, you wouldn't be there, right? You wouldn't be there. They would have had it done already. So they're not going to do option number 3. They might do option number 2, but option number 1 is probably what they're going to do. But what I need you to do is don't be intimidated with the price. Don't think, well, I couldn't afford $320. That means they don't. Don't think like that. You're in there to make money. You're there to solve their problem, right? People spend money all the time. For example, you might go to a concert and spend $150, $200 on concert tickets. I would never do that. But I'd spend $200 playing golf, but you wouldn't do that, right? People have money. You just got to give them a good enough reason to spend it with you, and that's why we have to educate them on that. So do not be intimidated by the price. It could be $500. If their house looks like this, they don't probably want to get new carpet. Maybe it's a pain in the butt to them to get new carpet, but they'll spend money with you, right? So don't be intimidated with the price. Just tell them, educate them on why it's going to cost so much, how you're going to solve their problem, and that's why showing the illustration in the beginning before you give them a price is so important, okay? So another way you can use Unleashed is on upholstery. Make sure you have these carpet syringes. These cost like $10. You should always have one. And what we do in here, and I'll send you this video, but we use the carpet syringe and we poke it into the sides and only put maybe an ounce in there. And then we put it in a garbage bag with the vacuum on. And I don't know if you've seen this before, but the vacuum bag collapses, the cushion collapses. And what that does is it disperses the Unleashed into the padding, right? Spreads it around. It's a great demo. And there's 2 reasons. 1, it disperses the odor, but 2, it dries the cushion faster. Now, why is that important? To you and I, the job is done when we get the money, right? We're done. Thank you. Have a good day. The job's not done to the homeowner until it's dry. You could have done a perfect job on cleaning the carpet, but the neighbor says, hey, Judy, I saw you got your carpet cleaned. Yeah, but it took like 7 hours for it to dry. That's all they remember, right? So use the dry pot air movers, anything to dry the carpet faster, or the upholstery, or the tile and grout faster, because that's to the homeowner, that's when the job is done. Wool rugs. Unleashed utilizes state-of-the-art chemical technology that prevents wool fibers from damage due to enzymatic action. So what that means is our live bacteria does not damage wool fibers, and because there's no hydrogen peroxide in there, it also will not damage wool fibers and carpet. So a lot of professional companies who just clean rugs, right? That's all they do is rugs. They are using Unleashed. Great way to do that. All right, another way of using Unleashed, mattress cleaning. Have you ever done mattress cleaning? And if you have, you might be charging $80, $95. I don't want you doing that. I want you charging $195, $225. I have a customer, I want to show you a picture, I charged $275, and the customer was ecstatic. But you have to do a demo. Did you know that if you do demos, you'll close 71% of the time? 71%. So the question I have for you is, when's the last time you did a demo? Right? Here's a word that will help you make more money. Upsell. When? Just ask the customer when. When's the last time, Mrs. Jones, you had the tile and grout clean? When's the last time you had your ducts clean? When's the last time you had your mattress clean? Let me ask you, when's the last time you had your mattress clean? Right? So here's a demo. You take a black piece of fabric. I want you to do this at home tonight, because it's the only way you're gonna believe me. You have a vacuum cleaner at home. You have a truck mount or portable. You're in the cleaning business, right? Take a black piece of fabric, pull back the sheets, and put the black piece of fabric over the vacuum hose and just vacuum where you sleep, the head. That's it. And this is what you're going to see. And the customer is going to say, oh my gosh, John, that is disgusting. That's right, Mrs. Jones. This is anywhere from 100,000 to 10 million dust mites, dust, dirt, dandruff. I would highly recommend let's clean the mattress. And at that time, price isn't an issue. And you're going to charge $195. King size, queen size. Again, you're getting paid for your knowledge. You're getting paid for your time, the equipment, the products. Right? Don't give away your knowledge for free. You need to make, your goal should be $155 to $175 an hour. Okay? So, but I want you to do this demo. I want you, here's what's gonna happen. This is what happened to me. I did the demo, I showed my wife. She's like, you're cleaning the mattress now, right? So I had to clean the mattress. But if you, think about this. If you do one mattress a day, Monday through Friday, take the weekends off, at $195, you can make an additional $46,800 just by doing one mattress a day. That's it. How many mattresses do you have in your house? Think about it. So this mattress here, I got one of my customers, business owners called me and said, John, I got to tell you this, man. We cleaned this mattress. It was full of urine. And I charged $275. I did the demo, like you said, and they didn't even blink at the $275. Do you know why? Because mattresses are expensive. When's the last time you bought a mattress? Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous. But you have to do a demo, okay? I would recommend using the Upholstery Pro. This is a great upholstery tool. If you don't get one, I'd highly recommend it. If you have one, you probably love it. It dries the upholstery quicker. There's no overspray. You can show the customer while you're cleaning. But the reason we do a demo is to grab them emotionally. And if we can grab them emotionally, customers will spend more money. Let me give you an example. When you go buy a new car, and you go to the dealer, what is the first thing they say? Oh, which car would you like to, are you interested? Oh, I'm interested in the Cadillac. Great, let me go get the keys. They always want to go get the keys. Let's go for a drive. Do you know why they want to go for a drive? Because they want you to get emotionally involved in the car. And here's the difference between a good salesman and a rookie salesman. A rookie salesman talks too much. They ask too many questions during the ride. A good salesman shuts up because he wants you to get involved. So as you're driving the car, in your mind, you're thinking, you know what? Oh man, this feels good. I look good. I feel good. I deserve it. I work hard. And then the emotions get involved and you will find a way to buy that car. That's the same thing when you're in a customer's house. You need to do demos. Once they see a demo, price is not an issue anymore. They have money. People have money. You just got to find a way to educate them to get it, right? All right. One thing about Unleashed is once it dries, it basically kind of goes dormant. And if it gets wet or if they urinate on again, it reactivates on the odor. Not the stain, the odor will come back. Now, I don't want that information. You don't need to tell your homeowner, but I just want you to know. Now, if you want to use Unleashed also, just like a deodorizer, go 4-to-1 on it as just a regular deodorizer. It's also an odor encapsulator, right? So I love the smell. We did a lot of research on fragrances, and this one was particularly the one that got the most positive reviews on it. And it works. It smells really, really good. I have 2 dogs, so I use it in my house. Okay, so if you have not tried Unleashed yet, please email me at ga.otero@legendbrands.com or text me at 602-620-8297, and I'd be glad to send you a sample of Unleashed. I just need your address. Where do I send it? Right? Company name, contact name, email address, phone number if you can. And I'd be glad to send you a sample on that. All right, let's see if there's any questions. All right, Ray, got a question. When is it suggested to not use Unleashed until the homeowner replacement's necessary? Good question, Ray. Just give them the 3 options. It's up to them if they want to replace the carpet or not. It's not up to you. It's really up to them. And again, Ray, if they were going to get new carpet, you wouldn't be there, right? So give them the options, let them decide. How well do you need to rinse Unleashed? Ray, another good question. So you're going to extract, and you'll see it. You're going to extract, then you're going to pour water on that same area and extract it again. And again, you've been doing this probably for a while. You'll see when there's really not too much more getting out. Then you clean the carpet like you usually would. And if I forgot to tell you, you can pre-spray the carpet even though Unleashed is on there. Okay, so you're not going to have any reactions on there. Will Unleashed remove residues and stains from products used by the homeowner? Another good question, Ray. All right, so by using your UV light, a good one, again, let's get a good UV light, you're going to find out if the homeowner sprayed like Resolve or Woolite or Carpet Science or anything like that, because there's optical brighteners in there. And you'll see where the difference between a urine stain and a optical brightener. It will remove the residues, but sometimes they've used 2 or 3 or 4 different kind of products, and sometimes they've even taken the dye out. Okay, and so again, that's why you want to use a good UV light. All right, so how much more should I charge? Jesus, we kind of talked about that. For large areas, $1.25 a square foot, not including carpet cleaning. If you're looking at 2 or 3 spots, $80 to $90, right? You got to get paid for your time and your knowledge on that. But before you do that, always apply the Unleashed before you start getting your truck mount or your portable ready and so on and so forth. The hour dwell time is really not for the odor. It's really for the stain. That's really what the hour dwell time. It's not for the odor. It's for the stain, for our proprietary technology for the stain to come out. You'll start to see the stain coming out. So we have stains that have been 5 years old and come out within 20 minutes. But you'll get better benefits the longer it dwells. Okay, now I don't want you dwelling it overnight, but 45 minutes, an hour is going to work. Okay. Another one, Jesus, it is only for contaminated areas or can use it. It is not a pre-spray. Okay. So don't use it as a pre-spray. It's really for pet odors, human odors, feces, diarrhea, vomit, stuff like that. Peter, I've noticed a reddish hue after spraying Unleashed on a couple of jobs. When it dried, it disappeared. So first of all, if you're spraying Unleashed, you're not eliminating the odor. Just to let you know that. Okay. Again, this is for organic stains, not synthetic. So if it doesn't come out all the way, it's probably a synthetic stain. You'll need to use a reducer. But spraying Unleashed isn't going to solve the odor problem. It's got to be saturated. Okay. Peter, another good question. Should I not rinse affected area first in case If you want to rinse the carpet before, you can, Peter, but we've had so many thousands of customers around the country where we've applied the Unleashed without flushing it and have had such amazing results. So you'll be okay if you just saturate the area with the Unleashed, then go hook up your truck mount in water and vacuum hose and start pre-spraying. And then you extract it with the water claw, rinse water through it. After that, extract it again with the water claw, and then clean the carpet like you usually would. You're going to get a copy of this. You're going to get a link of this recording. So after this is done, we will be sending out a video of this recording so you can review it with your technicians. I get paid to help you solve problems and make more money. Okay, I'm basically your free consultant. So call me, email me, say, John, I'm in this situation. What other services can you do? We have a great video on tobacco cannabis odor removal. The average invoice for tobacco cannabis odor is $3,000 to $5,000. I'll send you a video so you can review that. There are so many different kinds of services that you can provide, but the one thing I really, really want to stress with you is make sure you do demos. Okay, ask the customer when's the last time you had your towel and grab cleaned, your mattress cleaned, your upholstery cleaned. If you ask the customer when, it's not a yes or no. And most of the time they're going to be like, you know, Angel, I haven't had my mattress cleaned in like 5 years. Well, I've never had my upholstery cleaned in 6 years. And they're going to be selling themselves, right? All right. Okay, Seuss, let's see. I tried for the first time at my house. I did the hour dwell time, the water extraction, but the resolution was a bigger brown spot. What you did is the extraction needs to be better, Jesus. And I'd also probably use like a dry pot or air mover after you've extracted it on there, and that will help with you. And if for some reason it still browns out, you just need to spray like an all fiber rinse or something like that, and you'll be fine. But extraction is so important. You cannot use your wand to extract the urine out of the paddock, okay? You absolutely positively have to use a water claw or a flash extractor. Okay, well, I have gone overboard over time, and I apologize. But you had some really, really good questions. And I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me. Again, if you'd like a sample, email me your information, text me, call me. If you want me to do webinar training with your staff, I'd be glad to do that. We can do one on upselling or tobacco odor or do this, whatever I need to do to help you out. And again, thank you for supporting Legend Brands. Well, you guys have a good evening. Thanks again for letting me have some of your time. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. I am on Facebook. I do a lot of tips on there, and I'll be glad to help you out. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.